Hello, hello everyone. This is Sanjeev Divedi, and on behalf of Vidyalankar Institute of Technology, I welcome you all in this Java session. In this session, we are going to talk about class and object in Java. First we'll see an example. Now, what is class? This is how we create a class. Here, the access specifier is given as public, just for the sake here for the time being, and then we use a keyword class, and then we specified the name of the class. And in a class, we can have data members and we can have methods. Now, what is idea behind this is when I'm talking about data members, I mean, it specified what kind of data member that you intends to use. Like if there is class, suppose there is class student, so we can specify data member as string name int roll number float percentage. So first we will need to identify ki bhai, what will be the attributes of every class. If I'm talking about storing details with respect to student, I need to identify what will be the data members that I will decide that every student should possess, at least in my record, when I'll store them. So we call them as data members. Of course, we have discussed data members can be of type static and can be of type non-static. Now, when I say static, single copy will be created for every object. When I say non-static, a new copy will be created for every new object. Now, the idea is object-oriented programming has a very important feature called as data hiding. It means that if these are my data members of the class, I do not want them to be accessible outside the class directly. We want someone should act as an interface so that these members are not directly accessible. So for that, we create function. We call them as methods here in Java. In C++, we normally call them as function. In Java, we call them as methods. So what is the basic idea of method is methods act as an interface to access these data members. So normally these data members are private or default access, and we access these data members from outside the class using method. So the data member specifies the attribute of the class, and method specifies the operation that we can perform on these data members. And let us go back to what we discussed there regarding. See, a class basically provides a template. It is built-in data type, user-defined. Oh, sorry, it's not built-in data type. Sorry, it is user-defined data type. I am creating a class. I will specify the data member and method that will be within that class. A class is a template that describes the data and behavior. When I say behavior, I'm talking about uh, the operations. I'm talking about the methods associated with instance. Instance means object of that class. When you instantiate a class, you create an object that looks and feels like instance of same class. See, it simply means that if I'm creating object of class student, so and it has data member as name, roll number, and percentage, then every student object that we create will have these attributes: name, roll number, and percentage. So every student will look like same, will have same attributes, but the value may different. A student name is Ajay, another student name may be Sanjay, but they will have that attribute name. They will have that attribute roll number. It may have different value for different student. They will have attribute percentage, will be different value for different student, but they all will have these attributes. And the attributes that they possess will be decided by the data member of the class. So whenever we create a non-static data member, every object will have those attributes specified there. Simple example, let us create a class car. It has a data member color and model, and it has two functions, get and display. Using get and display, we can using get we can get the value of color and model, and using display we can, I mean, assign or display the value. It depends what kind of operation you want to be specified in these methods. Now, when it comes to access specifier, public, private, protected, we will learn in detail in further course. They will specify the visibility levels कि ये class में these methods or these data member or this particular class will be visible to what all program elements, or within the same program or even outside the program. So this is decided by our access specifiers. The color and models are data member of the class car, and get and display are methods of class car. So this is in general a structure of a car looks like, a class looks like a class name, data member, and methods to work on those data members. Now, how to create an object of a class? What is object? It is an instance of a class. We all are instance of class human being because we all have attributes. We all have features of the class human beings. So the syntax for creating object is class name, object name equal to new class name. Now, if we have class A, so A1 equal to new A. Now here, this new is a runtime memory allocation operator. So basically, this is the object. This is the object. And what we have this A1 is a reference. So ideally, it works like this. I write A1. It means that I am creating a reference of class A. So this reference can be assigned to object of class A. And now new A, I created object of class A and assign it a reference A1. Sorry, and assign it a reference A1. So A1 equals to new A. I am creating a reference. This is new A is the object. This is the memory created, and this is the name assigned to this memory. So this is how we create an object in Java for a particular class. Now, it has three parts, like they said, declaration. Uh, see, A1, this is the name of the variable, and A1 will be type for the object. Instantiation, how do we create new keyword? The new keyword is a Java operator that creates the object, that assigns the memory. And initialization, now this is very important. When I say initialization, it simply means that, see, this is one, like the I am declaring A1 as a variable of type A, instance of type A. So it is a reference, it is a name that can be assigned to different object. New A, I am creating memory. So it's something like this. A memory will be created. Let the address of memory be 2020. We have a reference A1. A1 will be initialized with 2020, and A1 is referring to this memory. Now this memory will have X and Y. There is something called as default constructor, which gets created every time the object is called, and which will initialize my data member with default value of the data type. So the data type for X and Y are integer, default value 0. So X and Y will be initialized to 0. This is what happens when we actually write this statement: class name, object name equal to new class name. There is a reference created, then there is a memory created. Memory address is assigned to the reference like pointer, but we call it as reference in Java. And then the object will get initialized. Remember, object will get initialized with default value of the data type of the data member. So here the data member X and Y, default value 0. So it will get initialized with 0. This is how the object is created here. And so this is about class and object. Remember one thing, uh, object is an instance of class. So every object of a class will have all the features and attribute of that class. And when we create objects in Java are created at runtime using the operator new. So it is runtime memory allocation operator. So this is about the basic structure of class and object. Remember one more thing, the object are assigned memory in heap, which is not automatically freed as soon as the program ends. So there is a mechanism called as automatic garbage collection that plays very important role and has significant contribution in Java. So this is about class and object. Do refer reference book, Java to Complete Reference by Herbert Schill for further detail. Thank you very much. It's a very nice book. You should refer, and you should cultivate this habit. Thank you.